I'm Harold Friesen. I'm 75 years old. I attended a seminar that Dr. Steve and Dr. Dave gave at church on stem cell injection and considered it, and I figured it would be favorable for me. I had severe pain in my shoulder. I did have AC surgery about 9 years ago, and I started getting a little bit. They injected my shoulder, my thumb. They injected my thumb. I was having joint problems here. My shoulder, I can honestly say that it's 98, 99%. I mean, I couldn't raise my shoulder up, my arm up like this, or take it back, you know.
So Harold, when you first came in, I remember you were afraid that you were going to lose the use of your hand because of the polio. What was your worry there?
My worry there is it's the only hand I've got to use. This one don't reach my mouth or anywhere else, so I've got to take care of this arm and this hand. And through the injections, even though it's still early yet, I feel like it's helped me a great deal.
How long did it take, Harold, before you noticed a big difference?
Probably about the third or fourth week in my shoulder. I just reached up or something, and Diane says, "Hey," my wife said, "You're reaching up."
Yeah.
And I said, "Hey, you know."
How about the change in grip strength, Harold?
Change in grip strength, I'm doing well, I believe. I believe the doctors are happy with it. They gave me some exercises to do. It's not near as painful as it was going from open hand to the little finger knuckle or to the tip. There's a little discomfort, but I think that'll come too. I'm very happy with the therapy I get here. They work on my back, they work on my shoulders, my arm, my wrist. Everyone has been just really excited about me being here and helpful and really concerned. And that's important to me when you go to a doctor or wherever, that they are really interested in you. And I can honestly say I think the staff is above and beyond.
Harold, would you recommend that service with the stem cell injections to someone that has shoulder or hand problems?
I would definitely recommend it, especially for shoulder. You don't realize how much you raise your arm when you use it. My thumb, since it's the only hand I've got, I use a lot of pressure on that thumb, and I would recommend both of them. I think it's a fantastic procedure. I think science has come a long way, and I'm really glad to see that this facility is stepping forward and showing just what they can do.
All right, so I'm Debbie, and I'm here with Linda, who had the amniotic tissue matrix injection to the low back a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So Linda, what condition did you get the amniotic tissue matrix injection for?
My low back.
And how long had you been suffering with that condition?
25 years.
And how does it feel since you had your injection 10 days ago?
Remarkable.
Nice. So can you elaborate on that a little?
I have absolutely zero pain, no stiffness, no muscle pain in that area.
And it had been bothering you for 25 years?
Yes.
So we just had Easter. You do big holiday dinners.
Did the
How did you get
dinner.
through that?
I was on my feet for probably 2 days, for probably 15 hours each day, and didn't have to sit down, didn't have to take a break, didn't have to take any aspirin, nothing.
No, great. Would you recommend this procedure to others?
Oh my God, yes.
And did the amniotic tissue injection hurt?
Just very momentarily.
Okay. And what made you decide to do the procedure?
I didn't, surgery is not an option, wasn't optional for me. And I had to do something to try to prevent going on narcotics or anything to reduce the inflammation and pain.
Okay. Would you like to help others experience the same result?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. All right, Linda, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
My name is Joseph Ward. I had a stem cell injection on my right ankle. In May of 2012, during search and rescue operations for the United States Navy, we had a training mission that I was involved in that was actually turned out to be a mishap for me, where I was actually flown into the trees doing about 70 miles an hour. Broke tib fib on my right ankle. I actually had 3 surgeries on my right ankle, lost a bunch of mobility, increased pain. I mean, it was just I lost the ability to run and do exercise. My pain scale before my stem cell injection was anywhere from a 6 to an 8, depending on how early in the morning and stiff my joint was and how much I've actually worked it. I am in culinary school. I'm retraining. It was very limiting on there. I could do the schooling itself, but when I came home, I had very little mobility. I would actually ice my foot and put it up, and then that was the end of my day. I had a lot of pain. It got to the point where I couldn't walk on the joint. I'm supposed to have been using a cane, but I wasn't. I would actually crawl to the bathroom and around the house if I needed to, or if I needed to get around, I would actually hop around the house. So really putting pressure on the ankle wasn't really a choice for me. Obviously I couldn't run anymore. I couldn't exercise like I used to. I was very active, always playing sports. Soccer, basketball, football, any of these I couldn't do anymore. So really the stem cell shot has made my ankle a little bit more, I'm getting a lot more cracking and popping, and I'm getting a lot more mobility in the joint. So I'm looking forward to actually being able to do that stuff again. So after my stem cell injection, the first thing that I really noticed on my ankle was the amount of swelling and inflammation had reduced greatly. I had a lot of pain that went away. Waking up in the mornings, where I'm used to being very stiff and not being able to actually put weight on the joint, I really was able to go through and start putting a little bit more weight on the joint. And that's when I started getting a little bit more mobility, and I'm actually starting to get to the point of where I can have the joint manipulated. So with the actual shot itself, I was actually surprised. It's a very small needle. Being in the military, we've got some pretty big needles that were shoved into us. But it was a very small needle. It was a very small shot, and it was almost a weird feeling because it was, once the shot went in, I just remember it was just like almost a feeling of fullness in my ankle. It didn't hurt. It didn't burn like I'm used to. It was really relatively painless. My experience with the stem cell injection, basically I've been going through physical therapies, surgeries for the last 4 years, and this is probably the most progress that I've seen for my ankle and the mobility and the manipulation of the joint. So if you're considering it and you've gone through other ways and means of trying to actually help repair or fix your ankle, this is by far for me what's actually helped the most. So my experience in the office with the staff here has been great. They've all been super friendly. They've answered all my questions, taken time to explain things, and then even explain things in different ways for me. So it was great being able to ask any question and have answers provided. And so the staff here has been super.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what was your pain level at before you received stem cells?
In the toe, a 9. In the neck, a 6.
Did your pain prohibit you from doing any activities?
Yes, I couldn't do my favorite sport, play tennis.
After receiving stem cells, what was your pain level at?
In the toe, after about 2 weeks, it went from a 9 to a 0. In the neck, where I had tingling and numbness going down the left arm, after about 3 weeks, it went completely away.
Are you able to do activities now that you couldn't have done before?
Yes, I can go out and play tennis, I can run, I can jog. I'm a happy camper.
Would you recommend stem cell therapy to other people?
I already have, and absolutely.
Healthcare.
Okay, my name is Beverly, and I came to Superior Healthcare because I was having difficulty with my right and left knee, with my right knee being the worst. And when I noticed that I was climbing up and down stairs one leg at a time, and also when walking my dog, I found that it was painful to go up hills or inclines. It was more painful. So I sought out different options, and I looked at Superior Healthcare and made my decision to come here based on information that I read about them and on testimonials that I also saw on their site.
Awesome. Well, we were happy to have you. And can you describe a little bit how you felt then and now? Like, how has this changed for you, your pain?
Right. The biggest thing, or one of the biggest things I noticed is I can walk down the middle of the stairs without, going one leg at a time or without holding onto the rail. I noticed when walking my dog, it's actually fun and not labor intensive, or pain intensive, I should say. And after my initial injections, or the only injections that I've had, one in both knees, it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. The pain was gone. I think when I first came in, they asked what I wanted my option to be, and I said my option I wanted was to not know I had knees. Because before all of the painful knees, I didn't really think about my knees at all. And I have to say that now I really do not think about my knees.
Well, that's amazing. That truly says a lot about the difference that you've had. And how long has it been since your injection?
It's been 2 months since the injection.
Good. So you still have a good amount of time for improvement as well. And is this something that you would recommend to others facing similar pain or problems with their knees?
Absolutely. I would tell them to consider it as a definite option. It is painless to have the injections, so it's not as though it's going to be something very painful. It's very mild as far as even feeling the injection. I would definitely recommend that people try it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story in an attempt to help others make this very difficult decision on how to proceed with health care.
Leonard, and I'm here with Scott Medical Health Center and Robert Wagner, patient of ours who had our amniotic stem cells. So hi, Bob.
Hi.
What condition did you get the amniotic injections for? The stem cells?
What
What
reason?
conditions?
Well, I had my knee was bad. At one time I want to replace it, and I didn't want to go through that. I wanted to get something different.
And you
And I
said
had
you
it-
had the other one operated
I had
on.
this one replaced, and I wasn't satisfied.
Okay.
After 8 years, it still bothered me. And then I got at my back, my lower back, lumbar.
Okay.
I had stenosis operation 8 years ago just to clean it out, but they didn't add no metal or nothing. So the doctor said he could put stem cells in my lumbar. He
Okay.
put 6 back there.
And how long had you been suffering with the knee pain?
Before the, say 8 years,
Okay. And how about the low back?
about the same.
Okay. And how does it feel since you had your injection a week and a half ago?
Well, my knee started feeling better right away.
What
And it still
percent do you
feels-
think?
It still feels better.
Okay.
Not perfect, but much better than it did, say 70, 80% better than it was.
Okay.
And my back feels somewhat better.
Okay.
I'm
And you
thinking the back's going to take longer to morph, wherever it does.
Okay.
you
And you
know.
said it depends on different positions. It feels almost
Yeah.
50% better with some.
Yeah,
Positions
all
and
some
other
feels real
positions
good.
not.
And if I sit in a long time in a sitting position, when I get up, I'm all bent over. But as soon as I straighten up, with a
Feels
little
good.
effort, it gets better.
Okay, good. And did the stem cell injection hurt?
No.
No.
Hardly knew what happened. It felt like a bee sting
Okay.
when he give me a painkiller or something.
And what made you decide to do the procedure?
Well, my wife went to that seminar at Monroeville, and they talked about it. My son looked it up on his computer, and he found out more and decided that's what we wanted. Because I don't want no metal put in me again. I have enough of that.
So you want to avoid another knee replacement?
Knee and hip. I had hip replacements too. Both hips are
Oh my
replaced.
goodness. Oh gosh. Okay. And would you recommend the procedure to others?
I do.
Oh, you do
Must have
already.
been 20 people I told them about it. I carry that little green book they gave me to show them.
All right. So I guess you do want others to experience the same results then.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Bob.
Dr. Jill Howe with the Stem Cell Institute of America, and with me today is one of our patients, Jerry Jardy. So Jerry, tell me what brought you into our office.
Bad back pain. I've tried quite a number of things and wouldn't go away. Saw your ad in our lifestyle magazine and gave you a call. Saw it maybe 3-4 times before we called you
Wow.
to get an appointment to come in.
And how long have you been having the back pain?
That's about the year 2000.
Oh my
That's when it
goodness.
started, and it was really bad when it started.
And what kinds of things were you not able to do as a result of it?
I did nothing but walk from the bed to the table to eat
Oh my gosh.
and walk around a little bit. Had to take it when I took a shower. It was in and out, and I couldn't dry myself right away.
Yeah.
I have to learn to stand
Oh
before I
my
could dry
gosh.
myself. It was bad.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like a way that you want to spend your golden years, right?
No.
Yeah. Now, what kinds of things had you tried before you came to see us?
I tried chiropractor first, and he said the last treatment I got from him, he said, "That's it. I can't do any more for you." He said, "I'll give you the name of a pain doctor to go see." So I went and seen him. I was getting shots of some kind in my back. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what they were. And that was about in 2002. And they would help for a period of time, and that was it. You know, maybe 2-3 weeks, most of the time, sometimes up to 6 weeks.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was getting decompression at that time. That helped a lot too. I was getting that twice a week. And that was for until he went out of business in Freeport.
Oh no.
And I still kept seeing this doctor to get the shots. And he told me the last shots I got, he said, "I can't help you anymore. You gotta try something
Gosh,
different."
that's a terrible feeling. So you tried chiropractic, you tried the pain shots, you did decompression, anything else?
I tried to walk as much as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I played golf through most of this.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
very
I didn't
strong.
play every hole
Mhm.
when I played golf. And finally it got to the point where I just couldn't do anything. And that was about 3.5 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
I just quit everything.
And then you called us and you actually had the placental tissue matrix treatment now about 2.5 months ago.
Yes.
Tell me about your experience with that.
It was very good. Everything went well with the shot. It's no pain on the shot. I couldn't believe it.
Excellent.
And I went home and had to wait for things to start to work, and it did. And at this point, like you said, 2.5 months ago, I had no pain in where that pain was.
Holy cow.
Now, I still have muscle soreness and weakness,
Mm-hmm.
and that's due to, 16 years of back problems.
Right.
I think.
And some things we saw on your x-rays that we still have to work on.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
But the pain and the inability to even go from the shower to drying off right away, that's improved?
That's gone. Like I said, I have no back pain from it.
That's awesome. And what else can you do now?
I do most everything I want to do, I don't do any heavy lifting,
Mm-hmm.
but I haven't done that for years, even before 2,000. I didn't do that much.
And so now your goal is to be able to walk your dog, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And maybe get back on the golf course.
Fantastic. And play every hole if you want
Yes,
to.
yes,
That's
exactly.
great. I'm very happy to hear you
So-
had such great results.
Yeah, it's very good.
Marlene today, and she has agreed to share her experience after getting both of her knees injected 3 months ago. So this is your 3-month follow-up. Tell us a little bit about what the original reason you came in for.
Well, the orthopedic doctor told me I needed replacement on both my knees.
Okay, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming you did not want to do that.
I'm not very fond of surgery, and the downtime was really bad because I'd only have to do one at a time. Plus, having to go through the pain of that, going through the care, and then trying to work it back into the rehab is awful.
Sure.
And then I had to wait to do the other one.
And then go rinse and repeat all over again.
I'm still working, so it was a burden.
Got it. What are some other things? Had you tried other things prior to getting this done? Steroid shots or therapy, anything like that?
I had steroid shots, but being a diabetic, I'm limited because my sugar level shot through the roof. It didn't feel good. It just didn't work. I just lived with the pain and listened to my husband whine about me being in pain all the time.
After getting your shots, tell us a little bit about how long you think it took before you really started noticing a difference.
I noticed a difference in about 3 weeks.
Okay, great.
It was easier to get. Of course, I have to take a steroid at a time, but I wasn't in pain all the time.
Great.
I'm sitting down watching TV. My knees aren't throbbing. I could lay down and go to sleep without my knees throbbing.
Good.
Wake me up in the middle of the night.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about the procedure. As far as procedures goes, you've had a lot of things done to your knees. Would you
Oh,
say
my
it was
goodness.
painful, easy?
The steroid shots were awful. It was like a mosquito bite. I mean, I couldn't even feel it. The flu shot is worse than what I got on my knees.
Okay, awesome. What other changes did you make at the advice of the medical team here?
Well, they told me I'm diabetic, so I watch my sugar anyway. They told me no soy, no gluten, no dairy. I'm thinking, my goodness, what's that? What's left? But I got on my computer and I did all this Googling and stuff to find out what kind of gluten-free stuff I could have. They put soy in everything, and that's just a market ploy to make things heavier. Mm-hmm. Who put soy in tuna fish? I mean, it was crazy. So, yeah, I went out and did some product shopping. I had to send my husband at first to go do my grocery shopping, which he came back with, oh, it says it's gluten-free. Yeah, but it's loaded with soy. You eat it. Ice cream the same way. I'm an ice cream holic.
But
So,
you found a successful
I
ice
found
cream trick.
Coconut milk ice cream or cashew milk ice cream. And it's just as good or even better. I've never cared for milk anyway, but I like ice cream because it did a number on my stomach. But this was awesome.
And I know looking at you, I can tell you definitely lost some weight since your last appointment
yeah,
here,
yeah,
just
a little
in
bit.
doing some
It's
dietary
calmed down.
movement.
Since I can't really, I'm not jogging or, you
Right.
know, but I'm doing a whole lot more walking.
Wonderful.
Which I enjoy shopping whenever I can, but I hadn't.
And that's one of your main things you can do
I
now.
have not
You told
shopped
me.
in forever. We go down to the store, we hit every aisle at Sam's.
That's
My husband says,
awesome.
are you ready to go home? No, I want to go down this way.
Well, that is great. Is this something that you would recommend to someone facing, the possibility of knee surgery or having knee problems?
Definitely. The stem cell research has come such a long way, which you didn't really have an alternative other than being cut on and having surgery.
Right.
I didn't want to have to go that route, so I did my research, and I found this place by accident.
Well, we are so happy that you did, and thank you so much for sharing your story. We'll be looking forward to another 3 months
Yes.
and seeing what happens from there.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much.
I have a left hip that I had been diagnosed bone on bone, and they recommended replacement surgery. and I have many other joints that I've worn out over the years because I've enjoyed a very active life.
As you know.
And I don't want to give that up. I still want to be that person.
Awesome, awesome. And you heard us on the radio?
My husband heard about you from Tom Martino.
Gotcha, gotcha. And had you ever done stem cells before, or this was?
I never have. I've been checking it out for a little over a year, doing my homework.
Awesome, awesome.
I have to tell you though, I felt like your plan was the best for me of anything that I had checked out.
Appreciate that.
They offered me a pain shot if I wanted, and I've had before the procedure, and I've had enough pain in that area that I'm used to it. I said, just go for it.
Just go for it. Great.
And they ultrasounded, so they knew exactly where they wanted to place the injection, and really, it's not any worse than getting just a flu shot or any other kind of shot.
Right. So quickly, it was quick.
It was quick. It was relatively pain-free.
Awesome.
You could feel it, but I really did not have pain. Maybe a little discomfort afterwards, and that evening, I felt the discomfort, but by the next morning, I realized when I stood up, I no longer had the stabbing pain that I always deal with every time I stand up.
How quickly?
In that left hip.
So that was the very next morning, or?
It was less than 24 hours.
Wow, wow. And that's some of the things that we do notice with the amniotic. Again, if you get to one of our lectures, you'll learn the difference, is that a lot of people are reporting pain relief happening that quickly. So I'm really, really happy to hear that. We have 9 months of healing, so remember, no matter how good you feel, it's very important to respect what's going on and to take it very, very easily in the beginning.
Well, after 4 days, it's still, I'm not having the stabbing pain when I stand up. I have what I would categorize as a mild discomfort.
Awesome.
Which is way better than
what
I
you had
had
before. Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Karen, for sharing this with everybody that's going to see this video, and we look forward to helping as many people as we possibly can.
I'm telling everybody I know.